Hello and welcome to Prayers on Paper. My name is Maria and thank you so much for joining me today. I am so excited for this next upcoming series. I am introducing a brand new collection, and this is the Noted Grace collection. So I'm just going to show you that today and do a fun little project, and then going forward we are going to make a new journal with this collection. And so what I want to show you first is the freebie for this kit. So this is a free scripture sampler, and there are 14 of these scripture cards, and they're all based on grace, focused on grace. And that's kind of, the heart behind this whole collection, Noted Grace. It's a little bit of a double meaning. When we think of the word noted, it's like noted, understood, remembered, but then also it's like written down. You're noting something. And so we're just kind of focusing on understanding, noticing, remembering, acknowledging, being thankful for the grace that we have received, and then also the process of praying through that, getting our prayers down on paper, noting this in our lives, because the ultimate goal here, I think, in exploring this concept of grace is to get closer to the heart of the Father, to wrap our minds around how big His love is, that He would send His Son to die for us, that He would give us blessings that we don't deserve. We're going to see in these verses, for by grace we've been saved through faith. God says, my grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in your weakness. And He gives more grace. These are all different themes that we're going to be exploring throughout this series, which I'm so excited about. He covers us again and again, and it's all completely undeserved. So here are the scripture cards that come in the free scripture sampler bundle. And so, of course, I will have a link to that in the description. And if you're already on our email list, you will be getting this for free in our Saturday newsletter email tomorrow. And so the sampler kit comes with these 14 verse cards, and then it also comes with some coordinating papers. So these are all plaid papers with those kind of muted florals and just in different colors from the color palette of the entire Noted Grace collection. So just some really pretty background pages that can be used in a million different ways, a million different projects, and of course they coordinate perfectly with those cards. And so then we'll just go through the rest of the kit here. So this one is our heirloom kit, the Noted Grace heirloom kit. So just some really pretty junk journaling background pages in this kit, designed to have a variety of different elements, a lot of different florals, different textures, and then moving on to our flourish kit, again, different backgrounds. This one you can see the scripture a lot more on these pages coming through. But again, just kind of a fun variety with a lot of the elements tied in. And then this is our Parisian kit. You'll see and recognize a lot of the same graphics and florals, but still kind of that variety overall, but that's kind of tied together. So next we're moving into the Pretty in Pink kit. Of course, all different shades of pinks, different florals and different pieces. And then we have our lined simple lines kit. Again, just some nice lined paper for your journals with those same similar elements built in. These are painted papers. I had so much fun creating these with just lots of different paint colors and different stencils and things. These were actually upcycled catalog pages that I painted and scanned in. And so they're a lot of fun to be able to have these in projects without having the kind of messy process of painting these. And then this is a similar but totally different is coffee dyed papers. And so this again was kind of a lengthy process of kind of steeping the papers and then drying them all out. And so those have been scanned in as well. And then finally we have our ephemera kit. So a couple of pages of washi, some stickers with all these kind of same florals and elements from the different kits. This is a whole sheet of inspirational words to use. We've got some pockets there, layered pockets, and some journaling cards, some fun gold and pink tags, and then some more just kind of journaling cards and pockets. And so throughout this whole kit are kind of vintage magazine pages and advertisements and all sorts of different florals and just a whole bunch of things scanned in. And so what I want to do today is to just take a page or so from each of the kits, and I am just going to kind of distress them a little bit. So I've got some coffee and paint and water in my spray bottle, and I'm just going to spray these down on the front and then also on the back. And you can see already the ink is coming through, and we're just going to get some really unique kind of fun texture and distressing. I'm taking my heat tool and now I am going to dry them. You could of course lay these out to dry. You could lay them out in the sun, and we're going to get just that nice crinkly paper. My heat tool kind of died out on me, so I switched to my hair dryer, and I feel like it actually is working a lot better. And so these are the final result, and I might even do some more, but some people might think that these pages are now ruined, but I just love how this looks. I love how now there's, the ink kind of staining has gone through to the backs of the pages that were just completely white before. So these are going to look so pretty in the journals, and just all these different kind of color splotches coming through, and I just love kind of that crinkly goodness. And so this is just a fun way to get really unique one-of-a-kind papers from your digitals, because they're never going to come out completely exactly the same way twice. It's always going to be a little bit different, and I do love that. Again, some people may feel like these pages are now damaged. They were smooth and now they're wrinkled. The colors are kind of deepened and mixed. The paper is a little curled and changed, warped even. But to me, I feel like they become richer, softer, even more interesting, more full of character. And to me, it's like that's what God does in us through grace. The world may look at weakness, hardship, imperfection, and call it ruined or damaged. But God and His kindness continues to work through every layer of our story. Grace doesn't erase our humanity, but it's transforming us, it's softening us, restoring us. And so this is where we're headed over the next several weeks in this series. We're going to continue exploring this and just slowly build a journal together, a little bit at a time. And I want to incorporate a lot of fabric and just softness, and I'm just really excited. I love this collection. I hope you enjoyed this overview and where we're headed next and kind of the heart behind it. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you again soon.